Bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. I don't say yo, I just say, bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. Bitch, I'm a bird. Go.
Welcome back, Guardians, to another edition of Bird Up Discusses the Destiny Lore. Bird Up, the ultimate bird, the Birdlock, the Bird Warlock. Let's get right into it, shall we? Today, we will be going through a secret lore book. That's right, secret. Something the majority of players will not come across because, honestly, it's kind of a pain to unlock this story. Your friend, Micah Abram. Letter 5. Dear Traveler, today was definitely more interesting than it's ever been here in Eventide. At school, we took a trip outside to learn about Europa's climate. That's what our teachers said anyway. I bet they were there just as sick of being stuck inside as we were. While we put our ion shield snowsuits on, the teachers lectured us about staying in sight with a buddy. But of course, when we got outside, everyone went running in a bunch of directions. That's when I decided I'd learn more useful stuff over at the Exo factory with Papa and Dad. I didn't break the rules. The factory was in sight. Plus, I had two buddies, Michalova and Calumet. I knew I couldn't go in the front door without a badge, so I went around the side of the loading bay where there were two Exos unloading a bunch of crates. They looked like they were almost done, so I hid under the dock to wait for them to leave. Instead, I heard one of them sit down. I'm taking a break. Need to or not, this is when we used to have lunch. I refuse to work through lunch. And the other one said, I miss lunch. I miss getting hungry. Then the first one replied with this weird tone. So would you say you're hungry for hunger? Which made them laugh for a long time. When they finally stopped, the second Exo said, What do you tell that shrink, by the way? You tell him about the whisper? That's when I wanted to leave. I didn't like them making fun of Dad. Plus, the way they talked about food and dreams. It made me feel sick. So sick that I guess I made a noise because then I heard, What was that? So I ran. I heard shouts behind me, footsteps catching up, a bang and a sizzle right over my head. Then two cold hard claws snatched me up. That's when I looked straight into its glowing blue eyes. Kid goes on a field trip, decides to sneak off and visit his dad's factory. Gets caught by apparently an Exo. Exos create a little joke, but there is this mention of the whisper when they're speaking with the shrink, which is Mika's dad. Letter 6. Sorry I didn't finish my letter last night. I had to stop for family dinner. Dad's been really strict about that lately. The other night, I thought his brain was going to melt out of his ears because Papa was so late. Anyway, the Exos caught me quick and one of them lifted me up, so we were eye to eye, and I get why people are scared now. I mean, I was more scared of getting in trouble than anything else, but looking into those eyes was spooky. Almost like being somewhere so dark you can't see your hands in front of your face, though you can feel they're there. I couldn't look away even as I heard the other one asking what they should do with me, if it'd be easier if I just went missing. Then all of a sudden its eyes went dark and I fell to the ground. A second later it collapsed in a sparking metal heap next to me. I must have started running again. The next thing I remember was coming back to the empty classroom, holding Michalova and Calumet, and looking at the penguins that got left behind. Some of them were lying on the floor. For some reason that made me mad. Maybe I'm too old for plushies, at least I take care of mine. So I picked out the ones that looked lonely and ran home across the building to hide them under my bed. Then I went back outside to find my class, just as the teachers were counting everyone up. No one had even noticed I was gone. It's starting to get really interesting, man. This little kid's starting to grow up. Went on a field trip, ran away like a little badass little kid. Went to his dad's office, overheard some shit he wasn't supposed to. Went back to his classroom, stole all the kids' plushies, went back to the field trip. No one noticed he was gone. Letter 7, let's go.